Hello, it's April now, which means it's time for the fourth Champions update. Okay, so just a quick note before we get into the issue. I have a lot going on in my life right now, specifically in the academic sense. I have a lot of tests coming up, and those tests include the SAT. So things are a bit hectic right now, and so that's why this Champions update is somewhat unfortunately going to be a lot shorter than the previous ones. It's just not really logical for me to make the normal length video because those usually take me all night Wednesday and then 2 or 3 hours on Thursday, and I don't have that time to spare right now. To save time, I am going to kind of skip the part where I explain the entire plot of the issue with 1,000 likes and 1,000 ums, and I'm just gonna say my thoughts, really. That's all I'm gonna do for this, and let's get into it, I guess. Overall, I really liked this issue. It was definitely more of a Miles and Sam focused issue, which I didn't dislike, but also I'm really hoping that we will see the other champions shine soon, and I think we will, and if you've read the issue, then you know why. Now, like I said, this issue was more Miles and Sam focused, so I'm going to focus on Sam's part of the issue first, which, last issue we saw this woman named Caldera, who is in fact from one of the Nova Solos return, and she was kind of trying to fight Sam, and in this issue she was just kind of, you know, still on her revenge thing. And Sam, who, because he's a smart, cool boy, was like, well, obviously we can't fight because I don't have my Nova helmet, which, still hurts. Still hurts. And so Caldera, who I feel like is kind of gullible, is like, okay, well, I'll go help you get it. And then they go into space together. I think Sam is smart in leaving with Caldera and kind of tricking her into helping him with his helmet and getting her away from Earth so she can't cause more damage, but also, I don't like the thought that Sam, might not be in Champions. I feel like, physically, I want to go up into space, grab him, and be like, what are you doing? Come back to us. I am very happy that we might finally see an end to this whole Powerless Sam arc. The fact that he's finally probably going to get his helmet back is a big thumbs up from me. So in Miles' part of the issue, we get him and Kamala finally talking about the incident that happened, and as happy as I am that they're finally talking, it was just as hurtful as the past 3 issues have been. Miles not only tells Kamala about the incident, but he also tells her about the girl whose life was unfortunately traded for hers and Viv's, which is a huge moment because not only do you have Miles, who has now realized that this has happened, but you have someone like Kamala, someone who's supposed to be a leader and, you know, this really strong one, the kind of role model, realizing that too, and that hurts just as much, I would imagine. One of the more painful moments during the conversation, Miles says that he wishes he would have sold his soul instead of trading that girl's life, and that really hurts. Like, I've said so many times before about how I want these kids to be happy, and so seeing Miles say something like that, it's like pretty painful. Honestly, the whole conversation was just really heartbreaking. Like, I don't know if Jim Zub, like, wants to kill me specifically, but if he's trying to, he's succeeding. Now, before this issue came out, I was a little disappointed hearing that the War of the Realms tie-in was starting the next issue because I felt like this arc hadn't really gone anywhere yet, but as I thought about it, I got a little bit less disappointed because I realized that No Wallace arc wasn't exactly some, like, big, explosive, you know, event with Mephisto like I thought it was originally going to be, with a bunch of drama and angst. Like, it was still good, and I feel like the effects of this arc are still going to greatly affect the champions, including Miles and the rest of them, so it's kind of, like I said, it's 50-50. Yes, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the things I thought we were going to, but on the other hand, that's just things I thought that were going to happen. You know, at the end of the day, you can't always get what you want. And I still enjoyed it, and I'm still excited to see how it plays out nonetheless. My cat just walked in. Jim Zub has actually said that the effects of this arc will sort of bleed out into other issues, including War of the Realms, and I don't know if that's just the fact that Miles didn't seem to be a part of the Champions during War of the Realms, or if there's actually going to be something involving Mephisto and, I have my notebook, Blackheart, his son. So, really quick, I don't know anything about Mephisto. Before this arc started, I kind of just assumed that he was like this joke character that nobody took seriously, and then I realized, like, no, this dude is actually like a serious character with a backstory, and yeah, so I'm educated, I guess. Moving forward, some things I'd like to see in the series, I won't be talking about War of the Realms because honestly I have no idea what's going on with that. I'm just kind of gonna be along for the ride when it comes to the Champions tie-in. But moving forward from that, things I really want from Champions. One, I really hope that Miles and Sam leaving isn't a super long-term thing. Obviously those two are my favorite, well, some of my favorite champions, and they're original members, so I definitely want them to stay on the team, and help them out and stuff. I hope that in Sam and Miles' absence, the other champions members, specifically Viv, that would be favorable, but also kind of the newer champions like Bombshell, Patriot, etc., really get their time to shine, and maybe even get an arc focused on them next. That would be cool. That would be swell. Okay, so I have had a lot of fun filming this today, actually. Before I go and cram study for the physics quiz I have tomorrow that I have no idea how to do anything on, I would like to highlight something Jim Zub said. He talked today on Twitter about pirating sites and how they really negatively affect comic book sales. Obviously right now I don't have a lot of time to dig too deep into that, as deep as I would like, but I encourage you, if you want to look more into it, please check out Jim Zub's Twitter. He made a thread about it. Essentially he just said if you really love Champions and you really want to see it continue and you want to support the creators, if you're able to, please go out and buy Champions or buy digital. Sometimes, you know, you can't do that, sometimes you can't afford it, or maybe you just can't get the issues in your country, but if you are able to, please support Champions. Obviously, I love Champions. If you're watching this, you probably love Champions, and I don't know about you, but I would love to see it continue and succeed, so, I was gonna say a High School Musical quote, but I forgot. Okay, so that is sadly it today. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun filming this, and I hope that what I just recorded made sense, but when you're kind of short on time, you tend to forget a lot of things. I'm just gonna hope that I did everything a-okay. If you liked this video, if you'd like to see more videos of me talking about Champions and some other comics, and also some other weird videos I've just been experimenting with, please consider liking and subscribing, because that would be cool. See you next time.